Good day, everyone. I'm Nestor Licata with the Pacific Daily News. Here are our top stories from the PDN newsroom. All but 5 of the school campuses in the Guam Department of Education inventory are at the end of their lifetimes and due for a replacement, GDOE Superintendent Eric Swanson told senators during a legislative oversight hearing on Tuesday night. Swanson told senators that John F. Kennedy High School, Okudu High School, Astumbo Middle School, Liguan Elementary School, and Atacao Elementary School are the exceptions. The oversight hearing was focused on GDOE's ongoing efforts to get and keep all 41 school campuses in the district in line with health codes. But Senator Jesse Lujan prompted the response from Swanson after the superintendent said his maintenance staff has been working overtime for the past 6 months just to try and keep schools in good condition. The 5 campuses listed by Swanson are the only GDOE campuses built after the year 2000, and GDOE and GovGuam are still making lease payments for each facility. The lease-to-own Tizan High School is technically the latest school to open on Guam back in 2014, but most of the campus is made up of decades-old repurposed military barracks that were sold to GovGuam by Cortec International. In other news, parties in the termination appeal of former Guam Visitors Bureau Research Director Nico Fujikawa will argue before the Civil Service Commission in November. Fujikawa, terminated in April for insubordination, argues he was targeted and harassed by GVB General Manager Carl Gutierrez. GVB management sent law enforcement officers to serve Fujikawa's termination notice, an action the former employee called an attempt at intimidation. The incident spurred the Guam Police Department to launch an internal affairs investigation back in May. Attorneys for GVB and Fujikawa appeared before the CSC for a status call conference Wednesday. GVB legal counsel Joseph McDonald said management intends to move to dismiss the case on the grounds that Fujikawa did not appeal his termination in a timely manner. Andersen Air Force Base has until September 20 to address a number of deficiencies in its application for a permit to keep open detonating and burning hazardous materials alongside Taragi Beach. That's according to an August 6th letter from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. A revised permit application from Andersen must include measures to prevent contamination of the ocean, the aquifer, and the atmosphere, among other things, according to the letter sent to the head of Andersen's 36th Civil Engineers Squadron. Both the U.S. EPA Regional Administrator Martha Guzman Aceves and Guam Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Michelle Lastimosa signed off on the letter. Andersen's 36th Wing Public Affairs Office indicated that a response from the base would not be available until Thursday or Friday, when reached for comment about the letter on Wednesday. The August 6th letter states a plan for the closure of both ranges must be included in the revised permit application, along with a timeline for the closeout of the open burn range. Open burning particularly has been the subject of increasing scrutiny from federal regulators. Local military officials have said that the burn range is no longer used to dispose of hazardous waste, the Pacific Daily News reported previously. In other news, Governor Leon Guerrero cast all 12 of the Guam delegate votes for the Harris-Walz team as expected at the Democratic National Convention. The vote was made Wednesday Guam time or Tuesday night in Chicago, where the convention is being held this week. The largely ceremonial roll call vote to nominate Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz for the Democratic presidential ticket took place before a raucous crowd at the United Center. Leon Guerrero introduced herself to the crowd as the island's first female governor and introduced Guam as the home of the indigenous Chamorro people and the place where America's day begins. For more on these stories, go to GuamPDN.com and follow us on social media.